a lot of people know how to trade, but they don't know how to stay consistent. And I'm going to give you a few examples out of this, and I'm going to also give you a few tips and tricks how to avoid this, because at the end of the day, knowing how to trade does not make you profitable. Being consistent, knowing when to take payouts, knowing when to scale accounts, knowing when to pass challenges, knowing when to risk what amount of percentage will get you profitable. So let's first deep down into the root causes. What are the causes of being knowing how to trade but not staying consistent? First of all, it's over trading. You revenge trade after losing. This is just emotional. Taking random setups too often. This is fear of missing out. This is greed trading. All of those things do align with this, and you want to avoid this. And I'm going to give you examples how to avoid this. Another part of this, obviously, emotional decisions. No clear entry exit criteria. You don't have a proper trading plan. You cut winners and hold on to the losers. There's no point in doing that, because as a real trader, you should have one TP, one SL, and just stick to that. And obviously, lack of filters. There's no momentum or no progress in funding because you're not journaling, you're not collecting your data, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And then there's also that you profit and then give it back in the next trades because greed and just FOMO and not relying on your system. Now, why this is deceptive clarity, right? You know how to trade, but it's not enough. Most traders mistake knowledge for execution, because good trades and bad habits are failure. You need good trades and good habits, because the habits are the most important things. Now, mental model shift required. A very important part in this is you want to go from outcome-based to process-based thinking, right? You want to stop focusing on payouts. You want to stop focusing on funding. You want to start focusing on execution score per day. You want to start journaling your habits, not your trades, not just your trades, because the thing is, this goes hand in hand. Your emotions and your executional probabilities go hand in hand, because at the end of the day, if you're scared to pull the trigger, that does rely on your trading plan. So if you're scared to take a trade that is essentially in your trading plan, then this is all emotional based, and this is just lack of execution. This has nothing to do with your trading, nothing to do with the trading plan. It's all just emotions, right? So that's why they go hand in hand. Now, also from market-centered to self-centered, the market doesn't give you the money, your behavior does, right? Obviously, the market does pay you out, but it depends on your behavior. If you have the correct behavior, then is when the market will start paying you out, which is obviously in payouts. Track self-discipline like a KPI. You need to track what you're doing. You need to track your data, your discipline, your motivation. You need to make sure that you are in the right mental state and in the right habit, and that you follow your trading plan, which is obviously your discipline. And obviously, good decisions are always way better than good outcomes, right? Because good decisions will obviously bring good outcomes, because you need to make decisions based off your trading plan. That's how simple it is. Now, also from more info to better filters, right? You don't need more knowledge. There's a lot of people that come to me and say, look, I need to learn more, and do you have more videos? You don't need more knowledge. You don't need strong or no filters. Kill setups that don't excite you are not supposed to be entered. You don't need more. You just need a refined, correct trading plan, correct execution system, and correct system that's gonna get you to that funding. Now, install systems you're likely missing, right? First of all, daily operating system. You need a clear entry criteria, which obviously I use a chalk flip entry model. You need a defined time window. This is based off your strategies data. If you know that London session is the most profitable session for you as a trader, then you will have to stick to trading in London, right? Obviously, checklist before, during, after every trade. Does your zone have the perfect alignment you want? Is there liquidity involved? Is there an entry model involved? All of these things are very, very important, and all of these things should be checked and marked out before and after the trade. And obviously an end of day review protocol, which is essentially just collecting your data and journaling your trade. Did you do it right? Did you do it wrong? Why did you do it right? Why did you do it wrong? Not just because that you're winning, that is correct, right? Data is so useful. You need to use the data. You need to know exactly why you're winning so you can repeat the same thing. And you need to know obviously exactly why you're losing so you can avoid these mistakes. Also, capital preservation logic is very, very important. I say this a lot. Keeping a funded account is more important than getting payouts, because at the end of the day, a funded account is literally money income every single month. Obviously, max 2 trades per day. This is what you should focus on. Loss limit is day done. No more trades, no more trading view. Close it and just go on with your day. Start journaling, start backtesting, start collecting your data again. Obviously, emotional state is log off and step away. You don't want to be trading emotionally, because then, as we discussed, all of these three things will happen exactly again. Now, another thing is clarity dashboard, visuals, setups taken, setups missed. Very important thing. You need to collect your data correctly with a clarity dashboard. Your confidence rating by 1 to 10. How confident were you by taking this trade, or how did you feel when you were taking this trade? And then obviously win and loss tagged by execution grade, not result. You want to see how much do you give this setup and how good do you think the setup was. Do you think it was an A setup, A plus, B, C? Me personally, I only take B, A plus setups. Everything that is not A plus setup, I would not take. And if I do take, it's a no setup. It's not supposed to happen. And this is what you also should write down. Now with that, you unlock consistency, right? Less stress, because rules remove decision fatigue. This is so simple. If you don't have to think more, you're not going to get more tired, and you're going to just follow your plan. Essentially, it's all it takes is just following your exact system that's going to stay consistent. Obviously, more growth because funding doesn't leak, because you're still consistent. You keep on getting those consistent payouts in. And obviously predictable results, because actions aren't random. If you do exactly as I do and follow my system, you will replicate the results of me, even do better than me, because actions are not random. From funded to not consistent to making 4K payouts in 2 weeks. This is one example of one of my students, and 2 weeks after he joined my program, he literally made a $2,000 payout and secured another $4,000 payout on top of this, which is $6,000. Shout out to my Aussie gang. And then we have just there on from being unsure about his trading, to a 35,000 euros withdrawal from his personal account and multiple payouts from other prop firms, which is a very, very big achievement for such a young guy, because I think he's only 18 or 19 doing this stuff at this age is very, very impressive. I'm very proud of him. And that's just the scalable structure from 100K to 400K to 7 figures. It's not that hard. All it takes is your system. Confidence that isn't shaken by one red day is gonna save your life. Now, this is simply the explanation I wanted to give you guys. And if you know how to trade but not know how to stay consistent, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you want to learn more about this, and if you want to get mentored by me and join my program where I teach you guys exactly one-on-one, detailed and entailed how to get profitable and how to stay consistent and how to become consistent, DM me on Instagram, where I personally do reply to your DMs. So you can ask me anything on Instagram as well, and hopefully we'll see you inside.